Hi, and welcome to the Wells Family Journey. I'd like to take this time to thank all my subscribers and people watching the videos. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, don't forget to hit that bell notification and that subscribe button. Alright, I just want to take this time to let you know that I realized I have not properly introduced myself. So, in this video, I'd like to tell you a little about myself. So stay tuned to the Wells Family Journey, and let's get this started. Alright, welcome back. So, previously I said that I was going to introduce myself. I am one of 4 of the Wells family. My name is Damian Wells. I am the main one running the channel as of right now. Later on, I will be showing more videos of my family and our daily lives and things that we go through in striving to become, I guess, comfortable and happy in life. So, a little about me. Let's see, I'm an old man. I was born in 1978. I'm 42. And what is this? 2020. Yep, this is almost the end of July 2020. Let's see. So, I grew up on the poor side of America. Single mother, majority of her life. And it was just me and her for the longest time. She eventually remarried when I was going on my freshman year in high school. So I guess, what was that? I guess I was 14 years old. Yeah, I guess 14, 15, something like that. So it was basically just me and her, and being a single mother, trying to raise a young boy. She went through a lot of difficulties and ups and downs in her life. But she later on joined the Air Force, became an officer in the Air Force, and our life did get better. So I when I tell people I'm a military brat, so we moved around a lot. So moving was not much of a big deal for me, being a military brat. So we lived in Kentucky, we lived in Chicago, we lived in Illinois, Racine, Wisconsin. And then most of my life we settled down in O'Fallon, Illinois, and later on in my high school years, Belleville, Illinois. So I spent majority of my years in Belleville, Illinois, my teen years in Belleville, Illinois. Then later on, I joined the military. I signed the military contract in June of 1996. I then strapped on my boots in June 16, 1997 was when I shipped out. So I retired from the Army in 2016. Got an early retirement due to health issues. And so when they were offering me that early retirement, I took it. Didn't think twice, I took it. A lot of people ask, do you miss the Army? And heck no, I don't miss the Army. When I signed that contract, I always told myself that I was not going to let the Army change me. Like I've seen so many other people get changed by the military. They go in, they spend so many years in the military, their whole mind frame changed. Everything about them changes. So a lot of people, that don't know my background, they look at me and they're like, if you didn't tell us that you were in the military, we never would know. And I'll be like, great. That's exactly what I hoped for. So, so I spent almost 19 years in the military. My first duty station was Korea. I was originally stationed at Camp Stanley, Korea. I think I spent a couple months there. Then they moved me to Camp Casey, Korea, which I spent 5 years straight at Camp Casey, Korea. And back then it was only a 1-year tour, but I loved Korea so much that I just kept extending, re-enlisting, extending. So I wound up spending 5 years over there, where I Eventually met my wife. That's a whole other story. I'll tell you later. But I met my wife through my Filipino roommate that I had at the time when I lived off post over there. But my next duty station, excuse me, our next duty station after that was Schofield Barracks, Hawaii. And we spent 3 years at Schofield Barracks. Loved it. I put in paperwork to extend for another 3 to 4 years in Hawaii. It got approved. Wound up taking vacation, was sitting on the beach, enjoying my 30-day vacation, leave, R&R, whatever you want to call it. And I got a phone call talking about I had orders and I need to be back on post because my orders came down and I was leaving in 2 months. So from Schofield Barracks, Hawaii, I went to, what was that? Fort Irwin, California. That was one of my worst duty stations other than being deployed to Iraq and Afghanistan. But it was Fort Irwin, California. Now, I spent 3 years at Fort Irwin, California. And from there, we PCS to Germany. And what was that duty station in Germany? It was not Hohenfels, but Grafenwehr, Germany. We spent 5 years at Grafenwehr, Germany. And in that 5 years, I was deployed twice. As soon as we got to Germany, I was deployed to, I want to say Iraq was the first place I deployed to. Now, my first deployment wasn't too bad. Got stationed there. And my job in the military was 92 Golf, food service. So when we got there, food service, it was the building I worked at was on contract from civilian food service workers, so I really didn't do too much. That was a very easy deployment. But later on, while I was still stationed in Germany, I had deployed again. That was to Afghanistan. Now that one was a rough tour. It was rough. I really don't even want to talk about it. Got PTSD from it. A couple people I knew didn't make it through that deployment, and it's a long story. But yeah, so a lot of people that have been in the military, you know what I'm talking about. So from there, we left Germany, and then we PCS to where I'm currently located at is Washington. I'm in Lacey, Washington, right next to Fort Lewis and McCord, Joint Base Fort Lewis McCord. I spent until 2013 to 2016 there, so that's 3 years. 3 years there, then I got my early retirement. So I was hitting 19 years, got the early retirement, and said bye. I was done, I was gone, I was happy to leave. So a little bit more about me. I enjoy, my hobbies are playing video games. I used to be a very big gamer, but right now I collect video games more than I play. So my video game collection dates all the way back to the Atari, all the way up until what's current now is Xbox Series X, PlayStation 4, soon to be PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series X. So I have most of the game systems in between there, handheld consoles. Maybe in a later video I'll go through that and show you that collection. And I also am very big into Halloween. I love Halloween. I love making my own Halloween displays in my front yard. I build Halloween things, and I also, I guess, collect some of those things too. So, I go to Goodwill, Spirit Halloween, yard sales, and I just collect as much stuff as I can each year during Halloween. But that's going to be dwindling down here in the next 2 to 3 years because we're going to be moving here shortly. Let's see, I'm married for almost 20 years, have 2 daughters. The oldest is Kira Wells, and my youngest is Carissa Wells. And you have seen Carissa in a couple of videos that we've had so far. And you've also seen my wife, Christy, and also known as Generosa, Jen, Auntie Jen. You're going to hear her with numerous names throughout our videos. But hey, thank you for tuning in. I'm going to try and keep this as short as possible. But throughout the years, you're going to learn a little bit more about me. What makes me tick, what makes me angry, things I like. You know, for me, I'm a very simple guy. I try and live my life as easy and simple as possible. So hey, thank you for watching this video, getting to know me a little bit more on a personal level. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification for future videos from the Wells family journey. Alright, stay loved, stay blessed, do good, and be kind to one another, and I'll see you on the next video.